Welcome back to Fox Explainer. Today I'm going to show you a horror comedy movie from 2009 called The Revenant. Spoilers ahead. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Watch out and take care. In Iraq, a group of American soldiers are traveling by truck in the middle of the night. Bart, the driver, gets distracted by his fellow soldiers and hits a child who was walking on the road. When he gets out of the car to check on the child, he finds out it was all a trap. Someone is waiting in ambush for him and shoots him in the head quickly. A few days later, Bart is given a hero's funeral in the US. His whole family is there, as well as his girlfriend Janet, his best friend Joey, and his friend Mathilda. But they don't finish burying the body that day because the excavator runs out of gas. After Bart's funeral, the three friends go to a bar to drink in his memory. Janet is worried that Bart went to war to avoid her because he never told her he loved her. But Joey says that's not true. Bart loved Janet very much, and he had even asked Joey to help him pick out rings for her. This makes Janet even sadder, so she runs out of the building to cry alone, but Joey follows her to cheer her up. At the cemetery, Bart wakes up in his coffin as if nothing had happened. Since the grave is still being dug up, he is able to climb out without any trouble and make his way into the building of a mortician. When he turns on the lights and looks in the mirror, he is shocked to see what has happened to him. His body is falling apart and his eyes are all white. His mouth is also sewn shut for the funeral, so he uses scissors to cut it open before freaking out about the situation. After Bart realizes that this isn't a dream, he goes to see Joey, who hits him on the head with a bat because at first he thinks this is a joke. Bart tells him he's the real deal and says he's not feeling well, so Joey tries to feed him. Unfortunately, combining alcohol and pizza is a bad idea, and Bart ends up throwing up all over the rug. They decide that Bart should go to the hospital, and they use sunglasses to cover his weird eyes. When a doctor comes to check on him, she doesn't want to get too close, and she goes crazy when he shows her the autopsy scars. In the waiting room, Joey suddenly hears an alarm go off and the staff making a scene. It sounds like they are also calling the police, so he rushes to get Bart out of there. By the time they get back to Joey's apartment, the sun has already risen, and Bart falls asleep on the floor. A few hours later, Joey calls Mathilda because she is a nurse and asks her to come look at Bart. Mathilda checks Bart's vital signs and says that he is dead, or more accurately, that he is no longer alive. She is sure that Bart has turned into something like a vampire and will wake up again at night, so Joey should kill him properly before he starts attacking innocent people. The only things that might work are a stake to the heart or cutting off the head. But Joey doesn't believe in the supernatural, so she ignores Mathilda's warnings as she walks away. When night comes, Mathilda's prediction comes true, and Bart wakes up. Joey makes him his favorite dish, but Bart just throws up again. Since they have no other choice, they decide to go along with the stories. Joey drives Bart to the hospital, where he sneaks into the lab to steal some blood bags. Unfortunately, a nurse finds him, so Bart has to use the weapon he brought with him to make her help. The nurse spits the blood packages in Bart's bag. When he gets distracted for a moment, she fights with him to get the bag away from him, and Bart loses his sunglasses in the fight. The nurse is scared when she sees the weird eyes, so she steps back, giving Bart a chance to get his bag of blood before running away. Back in Joey's car, Bart drinks the blood, which stops his skin from decaying. After that, the friends stayed out all night drinking in different bars and flirting with girls. This is already more fun than they used to have when Bart was alive, so he thinks he's getting a second chance at life. When the morning comes, Bart passes out again, and Joey has to carry him back to his apartment. The next night, when Bart is awake again, they try out some of the objects from Legends, but neither a cross nor holy water hurt him. Joey can't decide if Bart is a zombie or a vampire, so he decides to call him a revenant. There is no cure for it besides killing Bart, but since he is in pain again, they need to do something to keep him fed. The friends decide to go for a ride and try to talk to some tramps with signs that say they'll work for food, but it turns out that the signs are just for show and they'd rather have money. Joey thinks Bart should take their blood by force because nobody will miss them, but Bart refuses to kill anyone. The next place they go is the store to get some drinks. After Bart throws up again, a man who is worried about Bart's health comes up to them. But he's just pretending. He's really a mugger who pulls a gun as soon as he gets close. Bart tries to stop him and gets shot in the struggle, but he just gets up again because bullets don't hurt him. The mugger gets scared and starts shooting Bart over and over, so Joey uses the chance to sneak up on him from behind and knock him out. Now they need to leave before the police find them, so Joey convinces Bart to take the body with them in the car so he can feed. Bart is hesitant at first, but soon gives in to his hunger. When he's done eating the body, they wrap it up and throw it in the ocean. Joey thinks they should have used more rocks, and Bart decides to keep the robber's gun. The next day, while Bart is still unconscious, Janet and Mathilda show up at Joey's apartment. The police finally found out Bart's body was missing and called Janet, so Mathilda told her what's going on. After Joey says Bart is fine because he is fed, Mathilda brings up again the idea of killing him before he becomes too dangerous. But Janet doesn't want to lose her boyfriend again. She sends Mathilda away and then lies down next to Bart to wait for him to wake up. When night falls, the couple gives each other a hug. After that, Joey and Bart go out for drinks and walk into a store that is in the middle of being robbed. Bart isn't afraid because of his powers, so he pulls out his gun, and he and the robber end up shooting each other at the same time. Joey takes the dead robber's gun, happy dust, and wallet, and Bart eats the body while the clerk thanks them for saving his life by giving them the items they chose for free. Soon after, they find a man being robbed at an ATM, so Bart kills the thief and eats it while the victim gets away safely. The store clerk they helped later shows up in the news, and the reporter calls the group of friends vigilante gunslingers. Joey is very happy about this. He feels like they've become superheroes, and he wishes Bart would give him the dark gift too. But Bart says no because being undead isn't as fun as it sounds. The next night, Bart tries to stop a group of thieves from robbing a liquor store. Joey thinks his friend is in danger and tries to help, but he gets shot in the process. Bart tries to take Joey to the hospital, but Joey dies on the way there, so Bart has no choice but to eat him before bringing him back to the apartment. Several hours later, Joey wakes up as a revenant as well. The friends realize that criminals are the perfect food for them. They don't feel bad about killing them, and by doing so, they make the city a safer place. They start driving around every night to find crimes to stop. Confident in their skills, they walk up to the criminals, shoot them with 1 or 2 bullets, and eat their bodies before taking their money, weapons, and any illegal substances. When they are done, they throw the bodies into the river. Soon, a lot of news shows start talking about the story, and the people they've helped never talk about what they eat because they are so grateful. One night, the police manage to catch Joey's car on the security camera, and Mathilda immediately recognizes it. The next night, she decides to follow the boys to their next crime, a storehouse where a group of men are handling a lot of happy dust. The friends don't hesitate to kill them all, but Bart starts to feel bad when he finds out they were cops. But Joey doesn't agree. He says that what these men were doing here was wrong, so it's a good thing they are dead. Mathilda hears all of this and records it on her phone before revealing herself to tell them to give up or she'll call the police. Bart isn't sure what to do because he wants to protect Janet, but he doesn't hesitate to shoot Mathilda, even though she's their old friend. Before she dies, though, Mathilda gets to send the recording to Janet. Joey is afraid that the police will also find them, so he sends Bart back to their house to pack as many things as possible while he makes some special plans. But when Bart gets to the apartment, a sad Janet is already there waiting for him after hearing Mathilda's recording. Bart says he can't keep living if he doesn't drink blood, so Janet offers herself to stop any more killings. Bart starts drinking enthusiastically from Janet's arm because he thinks this could be the best solution. Moments later, Joey shows up with a white hearse, 2 coffins, and the bags of happy dust he took from the dead cops. He wants to run away to Las Vegas, where they can have fun at night and sleep in the coffins in the car during the day. But before they make any decisions, Bart tells the truth and says that he killed Janet by accident because he lost control while feeding on her. Furious, Joey insults Bart for what he did and asks him to cut off the head so she doesn't end up with a bad life like they do. When Bart hesitates, Joey teases him by saying that he spent the night with Janet. When the friends start fighting, they pull out their guns and shoot each other until they run out of bullets. But Joey has another gun and uses it to shoot Bart away before leaving for Las Vegas alone. After that, Bart decides to do the right thing, so he puts Janet's body and head in different bags and throws her in the river. The police catch him in the act and lock him up. When morning comes, Bart is in a prison cell. Joey is taken by a group of thugs who take him to meet Bart's first victim, who has also become a revenant, and escaped the river because the friends didn't use enough rocks. The robber wants Bart to learn a lesson for what he did to him, so he shows Joey his chainsaw. The next night, Bart wakes up in the autopsy lab because the cops thought he was dead. After scaring away the forensic examiner, Bart gets away and goes back to the apartment, where Joey's head is waiting for him in a box. It's still alive, but it can barely speak. Joey explains what happened and asks Bart to end his pain, which Bart agrees to do. The friends go to an abandoned plot, where Bart tells Joey that he loves him in a friendly way before running him over with a bulldozer. After that, Bart tries to end things in different ways, but none of them work. His next try is the subway rails, but that doesn't work either, so he ends up getting on the train. When a woman comes closer to check on him, he can't hold back his hunger any longer and jumps on her to eat. Bart is found when the train stops at the next station, so he runs through the crowd and pushes guards away as he tries to get away. The police are already waiting for him outside, and they don't hesitate to shoot him and anyone else who comes out of the building. But this doesn't stop Bart. Even though bullets are hitting him, he runs past the officers and out of the city until he reaches a nearby hill, where he waits for sunrise. When Bart passes out, a group of men in hazmat suits comes to get him. When Bart wakes up the next time, he's in a glass container with other people just like him. A scientist is giving a tour to military personnel. He or she says that they haven't found a genetic, viral, or bacterial cause for this, but Bart is probably the alpha infection subject. When a general hears that Bart used to be in the army, he tells him he'll have an advantage. Moments later, all of the revenants are airdropped in big canisters in the middle of Iran. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more and hit the like button to help me out, and also leave a comment if you want me to explain your favorite film. Until next time, take care.